Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome, folks. Stay the Hungry Gamer is back with another episode of Boards and Brews, and today I am joined by the real power behind the throne, and perhaps the throne itself, of the Level Up Board Game podcast, King Scott. Now, is it true that your first name is actually King?
Um, in some old books and everything, I am referred to as that. It's as the prophecy foretold. So,
Gotcha. So that's actually your first name. So King's your middle name? Yeah. Good. All right. So everybody, if you've listened to Level Up Board Game podcast, everyone has little titles, and it all kind of started with Scott. And then I guessed it, and I made fun of Patrick, and I called him
yeah,
just
yeah.
Patrick. And that stuck. But why do people call you the king? Is it because you think you're better than everybody, or is there a different reason?
Yes, I have a superiority complex around everyone I see. I mean, hey, look at my mug. So, but no, 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 no. In all seriousness, I played King Henry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival, and I abdicated the throne. And after I left, it just stuck with me. Everyone remembered seeing me as the king at the festival, so they just called me King Scott, and it stuck. I mean, it's one of those things that I feel odd about it. I don't want people to think, "Oh God, he's really high on himself." Because trust me, I am the worst person to even think that I'm good at anything. So
So, so you're the most humble person you know.
I try to be.
There we go. All right. So anybody, so if you ever listen to the podcast, well, hopefully many of you have, because we've had Lena on, we've had Patrick on. So that's what's up with that. That's where it came from, and I'm just delighted that just Patrick stuck. And so
Yeah.
it's all.
Oh yeah.
And so, but jumping into our two rapid fire questions for you, because we already had level up. We don't
Okay.
have to talk about what level up is. What is your brewed beverage, and why are you better than Patrick?
Wow. Just after talking about how humble I am. Well, first of all, the brewed beverage, this is one that I got from Star Trek. I mean, you hear Jean-Luc Picard going on about Earl Grey, hot, over and over and over, and you figure you got to give it a try. And yeah, I kind of fell in love with it. It's absolutely delightful tea, and yeah, it's wonderful. And as far as better than Patrick, um, I think I might be better at some things than him, but on the most part, I think we're pretty evenly met there. So,
You know damn well that next time he comes on and I ask him that question, he's going to have like 30 different things.
oh, I know, and then he's going to look like small one there. So, let it
Ah, okay, I
let
got
him
you.
dig his own grave.
Fair enough, fair enough. So I just have a coffee this morning. Now, we do this thing, and I forget, it's called the Atlas Coffee Club. And I got it
Okay,
for my wife for Christmas a couple years ago, and it just became a thing that we do every year. So every month we get a different coffee, a fair trade,
okay,
small small farm coffee from somewhere in the world that they kind of source and
yeah,
bring together. So I'm having one of those. I don't know which one it is right now. I think this one comes from Mexico. I can't remember. But I now, so if you're just listening, folks, Scott's drinking out of a "Don't Touch Me" peasant mug. Again, really enforcing the humbleness.
all right,
And as I am wont to do, I am, because Scott is a fellow theater person, I have my Shakespeare insult mug. And Scott, thou art a boil, a plague sore.
oh, jeez,
So look, I didn't make it up. It's on the mug. All right, so what we're jumping in. So what we're going to talk about today, everybody, is we're going to talk about a couple games that we played recently. What we're going to be playing next. We're going to talk about what we're kind of calling the "oh crap" moments, and I broke it down to two different things, and we'll talk about that when we get there. And then after that, we're going to talk about Vantage, which is me sticking it to Patrick because he's been bugging you to play it for a long time. You're talking about it with me first.
uh-huh, yes, yes, I am.
So that is the real win. So I'll let you go first. What have you been playing recently, Scott?
Well, recently, we've been having a great relationship with Button Shy Games. Now, Button Shy Games, if you know, they are known for their wallet games. They're little 18 card games, one, two players. Maybe you might get a little bit crazy with the three or four. Ah, there you go. And we just got a couple of them in, and I don't know where I put them here, but they are one of them is Daily Weather, so that one there, you are putting a puzzle together with the day and date that you're working with, and you have to mix up and everything, get the certain weather patterns set up in certain ways. And then there's another one that's Naturopolis. So if you're familiar with Sprawlopolis, with building the city, there's now one Naturopolis where you're building it with natural, uh, what do I want to say here? Formations, rivers and mountains and canyons, that kind of stuff. So it makes it kind of interesting with everything with those. My wife is not really a big gamer, so a lot of times I'm forced to play games by myself back in the game room. And it's one of those things. It's nice to have those, and it's great to have them just in your back pocket if you want to. If you're out at Starbucks and you have a coffee, and you're just sitting around for a little bit, and just pop it out there and play a game.
So there's like a billion of these. If you were gonna suggest somebody, all right, what are the one or two of these pocket games that you'd say these are the top tiers?
Okay, top tier, I would say The Last Lighthouse. Absolutely love that one. That one is very easy to pick up, lots of fun to play. Very HP Lovecraftian. You are playing as a lighthouse keeper, keeping the evil away from the land, and it's a real quick, easy one to play. Another one I would say is oh, what is it? Um, Avignon. That one there is not really that well known, but that one there is you're playing in medieval England, but you're positioning your characters that they have to get to certain parts of Europe. And as you move them forward, other ones have to move backwards. And it's a constant race of, yeah, like we're going to talk about a little bit later, the oh crap moments, or as I like to call it, Dammit moments, is you're gonna move this up forward, but then it's like, damn it, I gotta move that one back. So it hurts me more than it really helps me. So you have to figure out what's gonna be the best thing to do. So that one there is one that's just not really appreciated. And I think another one that's a fun little one to play and bring out to people to just kind of get into the gameplay of it is Circle the Wagons is another simple one to teach people because a lot of times you're going to have these you want to introduce people to playing games, but you don't want to be too heavy-handed with a heavy crunchy euro or something like that. You want to do something nice and easy to bring them in and lure them into your hobby there.
So yeah, I have actually haven't played almost any of those. I was showed earlier. I have a Hyperstar Run
Oh yeah, that's a great
sitting,
one.
yeah, sitting next to me, which is solo only, and I've been supposed to check it out, and I just haven't gotten to it. But it's just been sitting right here on my table. Yeah, yeah. So I've never tried any of them, but you guys are always going on about them, and I know you're always traveling, so you always got them in your pocket. So for me, I was just this weekend playing several. I had a little impromptu game weekend, and not going to be humble. I won every single game this weekend.
Okay.
I took them all down, which was two of them were co-ops, but nonetheless, I won all of them. We even won the co-ops. But I played one that I previewed a while back, and now they're coming up with an expansion for coming to Kickstarter or GameFound, whatever, sometime soon, called Pandora Celeste, and they have a new
Huh.
Pirates and Scoundrels faction. Now, I can't remember. Now, you like Nemesis or you don't like Nemesis?
I like Nemesis 1 and 3. I don't like, what is it? Lockdown? I think that's the
Okay,
middle one.
Nemesis 2 you don't like.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So this is basically Nemesis 1, and I
Okay,
describe it as Nemesis 1 but with the lights on.
okay.
Like it's not it's all kind of cartoony, the cartoony looking stuff and everything is much brighter and the board, the entire box just kind of unfolds and the inserts become the vent system. So you can go crawling
Oh,
around through the vents, and since it's a clear insert, you can see down through it what's underneath, what the rooms are, and then you can actually be raised above
oh, wow.
the thing as you're crawling through the vents. And there's a whole bunch of different characters you have, again, all the alien type stuff.
Yeah,
And you can play it cooperatively or uh, competitively, where just like Nemesis, right? You have your thing,
sure.
and it uses cards again, just like Nemesis, and each card has a couple of different icons on it. Maybe it's you're going to be able to run or punch or use a tool or unlock a keypad or whatever. And on the cards has different noise levels. So if you do a sprint, you're going to make a lot of noise.
Hmm.
If you do, a sneak, whatever. And at the end of each round, whoever made the most noise, you're going to be the main target. And they will attack opportunistically, attack you if you're in the way, and so those kinds of things. And you have different objectives that you're going to have, and sometimes it's a corporate objective, which means you're going to try to screw everybody over. Sometimes it's just
Right.
kill the queen, whatever it's going to be. So all kinds of things you can do, just like Nemesis. Or as I said, you can play cooperatively, which is how I play it because that's the type I don't like that kind of backstabbery. It's just not for me. But so this new expansion, the new expansion brings on this new way to play with these pirates that are going to
Okay.
show up on the ship. And we did a little demo scenario where you dock on the ship and you're running around, you're trying to get the smoking guns on this ship and get off before the grease monkey, the only guy left on the ship, steals your ship and gets out. Little AI running it.
Okay.
But it's set up so now you can play in teams is the point. And so
Oh,
you can now play Pandora Celeste survivors versus pirates is kind of the new
huh.
thing that it's working on, which is, now it's not backstabby. Now it's just a team game back and forth. So it's a really interesting kind of pitch that they're bringing into it. This is it's a good game. And the challenge is that there are so many bits and bobs and little rules. I mean, you've played Nemesis. There's so many
Hmm.
bits and bobs and little rules, and they're all in there. And this is truly an indie little production. And so it's a little bit hard to get set up, and it's sometimes a little bit hard to find where are the rules. And I know they're doing the rule book and stuff. But point is, it's a clever game, and it's a type of Nemesis that I'm willing to play because the lights are on and I get scared easily.
That sounds really kind of interesting there. I like the idea of the box becomes the board and everything. Having that 3D ability to play that game like that, that's awesome.
Yeah, it looks really neat. There are, I have small hands, so it's not an issue for me. But one of the people we're playing with, he's got big old chonky hands,
Yeah.
and he was having a hard time kind of reaching in and grabbing tokens from inside little wells. So maybe that's a thing. It's not a thing for me. But you can always just not do it. You can always just
Yeah,
put the
yeah.
people around the corner, because it literally does come off. It is the insert. But it's a clever game. It's one of those things that I think it's what crowdfunding used to be all about.
Mhm.
Like it used to be like, oh, this guy's got this game he's going to do. That's what now it's just for Awaken Realms to make $20 billion or whatever they make.
Yeah, to get
But
their, pre-orders out.
yeah, so it's a cool game. They have it coming to crowdfunding sometime in the next month or two. If you're into Nemesis, it's worth checking out. I actually like
Oh,
it more than
yeah.
Nemesis. That's a very low bar for me to say I like it more than Nemesis, but it's really clever. I think the card play is fun. And you can really choose how you're going to approach things. The last time that we played, it's not my wife's kind of game, but it was my birthday and people were down, so she decided to play. And we
Mhm.
had all these objectives she was trying to do, and there was a big alien. Like the problem in the scenario was at one point all the power went out briefly, and so the science experiment came out of the freeze or whatever, and like
Mm.
we had to get away before
Yeah.
it killed us. And she was like, "No, I found a flamethrower. I'm just gonna go kill it." And she did. And she just went and she burned it up. And
Good for
because
her.
yep, it has this very very clean and easy system. Push your luck on when you attack something. You can do your attack, you do whatever damage you do, and then you can push your luck. And you draw another card. If it hits
Oh,
again, you do
okay.
one more damage. You can push your luck again. If you hit again, you do one more damage. Then if you
Mhm.
miss, you wind up doing even less damage than you would have before. So it's a push your luck thing. And she just burned it up and like, well, I guess we can take our time and get off the ship now because
Yay.
there's no danger. It's a clever game, so I'm hoping it does well. I hope he kind of works out some of the weirdness of some of the rules and the setup and things. But
Yeah, I
anyhow,
had to
so
write
that
that down. I got to check that one out.
yeah, I don't know if there's any copies floating around
Yeah.
the states for preview. The prototype of the expansion, which is just very tiny. It's like a tiny epic sized box. Like that's how big the expansion thing is. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know if they're floating around, but I'm happy to put you in touch with the guy and see. I think maybe he has TTS. Like I don't know. I know you love
Yeah.
TTS,
Oh,
um,
yes. But
but
no,
it's
whenever you said that, that does remind me of actually one of the Tiny Epic games, Tiny Epic Tactics. And that one there is really interesting because you actually have like a fabric board you put out, and as you open up the box, all the little boxes that hold the figures in and everything flip over and they become the mountains, they become the rivers, the castle, and you have a 3D game out of
yeah.
those little boxes. It's really quite
Yeah, and even it was cool because with that, and then when you enter into like the cave, you would then flip it
flip
over,
it over. Yeah.
and like a little
Uh-huh.
thing you could run around inside. Wasn't a good game though. Like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
it
it,
was a
it was
little
just fine.
wanting.
Yeah, it was fine. It was a, I mean, to be clear, I played it several times and I had fun with it, and then I never played it again, and I've never missed playing that game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was a very clever idea. If they came back around and worked on that one, I would absolutely check that one out again. But anyhow, so what is next on the table for you?
Well, next on the table, I actually have it right here on my table is freedom. And the reason for this, I've been wanting to get that game for a while because where I live, it was really a hot spot to help out during that time period with the
So for
Underground Railroad.
anybody, if you don't know that this is a game about the Underground Railroad, is
Yes.
totally about that freedom of the Underground Railroad, and it's well, if you don't know what the Underground Railroad is, go to school. I don't know what to tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Uh, but sorry, but go ahead. Just because it occurred to me, you held it up. Some people are just listening, so that
Yeah.
they might not know what it is. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's all about the Underground Railroad, and in where I live in Pennsylvania, this area here was big in the Underground Railroad. We do a thing every Halloween. I help them out, and we do cemetery tours of people that helped with the Underground Railroad, with their businesses, with their families, all that kind of stuff, and just give like a history tour whenever we're going through things. But so that's one that's been on my list to play for quite some time, and dear friend Berkey from Game Toppers, he had a copy. He knew I wanted it, and he's like, "Hey, I'm not going to play it again. You take it." So he sent it to me. So it's sitting here, ready to be popped open
He
and
said, "Take
learn that
this in
game.
lieu of pay."
But yeah, very very cherished friend there, and really looking forward to getting into that. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I know our friend teacher Ryan raves about it, and I'm very interested to see how it plays out, and hopefully be able to use this to go to the Underground Railroad Museum here and show it off to them and have it be part of their museum or something like that.
So what kind of game is it? I actually don't know anything about it, and I'll talk in a minute why I know so little about this kind of game.
Well, I haven't gone into it myself here really, but it's very much about, I mean, you have all the historical figures that were in that time period, and you're trying to get slaves freed through the Underground Railroad and moved to the North. Basically, just say here, players work together for the abolitionist cause, raising funds and moving slaves from the southern states to freedom in Canada. But every move risks alerting the slave catchers who roamed aboard trying to return the runaway slaves back to the plantations. So it's very interesting that it seems like you're all working against the game. So
That
that
makes
should
me
be
happy
something,
because I would
right?
fight you over not being the slave catchers.
Right, right.
Yeah, which is actually what, and that's always my biggest issue with a lot of these type of games is, I, like I don't want to be the Nazis.
Hmm.
Just don't because one, like gross, but also
Yeah.
then when I win, I feel bad too. Not so there's that, and so actually, my occasional regular co-host, Don, he and I have Votes for Women sitting on the shelf,
Oh, okay.
and we hadn't played it yet. And they were nice enough to send me a copy. Actually, they have a new game coming. The is it Fort Circle game.
Oh,
I was just looking at the
yeah.
box there. Fort Circle games. They have a new game coming at some point about Shakespeare and the writing of the first folio. And I reached out and said, I really want to cover this. Like this is like
Mm.
at least a year more away. But then they sent me Votes for Women, and we haven't played it yet because neither of us wants to be the anti-suffragettes. And
Well,
so
that's
what we did
oh, go ahead.
was we had a copy of a legacy game that we were playing with. Okay, whoever wins the legacy game gets to choose who's who. But then we didn't finish the legacy game because it
Oh,
didn't last. So then we're like, what are we gonna do? So then we had DonCon the other weekend,
oh,
and
yeah.
we kept the stats of who won, each game of all three of us, and we said, okay, before we started, we said whichever one of us has a better winning percentage this weekend gets to choose. So thankfully, I get to choose. But so you were gonna drop some knowledge on me about Votes for Women.
Votes for Women, I did not want to play. I was just like, okay, this just sounds like a boring game. And that makes me sound like a real misogynist pig here. But it's just one of those things. The look of it and everything, I wasn't sure what it was going to be like. But Patrick and I, we sat down. I played the pro women votes. Patrick played the opposition, and it was probably one of the most exciting games we played. It got down to the very last turn, the last action to find out whether or not they got the votes. And they got the votes. And but it was surprisingly, I was really pleasantly surprised at how much fun it was and how much knowledge was put in there, how much history was put in it. Really, great, great game. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, so that's so well good. I'm excited because now we have to schedule. We have to do it. And but that's just always been me in historical style games. I'm just like, if it's not like if it's Rome, sure. Like
Yeah.
nobody
No,
knows their ancestors were talking about, but
yeah.
that's about as or even medieval. Like, okay, I can deal with that time period, but you get past
Mhm.
that? No, I'm sorry. I start to feel weird about it. But
Another one we did was a Black Orchestra, and we were basically trying to get everything together to kill Hitler. And once again, it was such an exciting game. Came down to the very last turn. We had 3 people playing. Well, the Nazi police caught us at the very last turn, just before we were ready to blow up Hitler's plane. But it's still one of those things. It was just an exciting game, and just it builds a story there whenever you're talking about it.
is Black Orchestra co-op or is that competitive?
No, it's a co-op because you're all trying to get different things
Yeah,
to play
gotcha.
and get rid of Hitler.
Well, I'm looking forward to you talking tomorrow about Freedom, the Underground Railroad, when we record for Level Up. So you better get on it.
I will try.
Yeah. So the next one for me is actually it's two part because my wife has said that we're going to play a game today, and she wants to play Dog Park,
Oh,
and so we're probably going to play Dog Park, which
uh-huh.
is a very light, sweet, cute little game, and we're going to throw in the new tricks expansion. And
Mm,
so we'll see how that goes. If we get to play, it's super, just some of the cutest art you've ever seen. But the one that I was specifically going to talk about is going to be playing Lands of Galzyr later today. And I play this game, and we're going to talk about Vantage later too. I do it with Vantage over Zoom with other people who have their own copies. And so it's myself and Canadian Kev, who is a channel member and good friend, and he just got a copy. And I have been playing regularly with Jerry Hawthorne, designer of Mice and Mystics and Wandering Galaxy. And so we became buddies over the past few years, just in the board game world. And so we play Vantage this way, and we are now playing Lands of Galzyr. And this is a story based game where you're a little animal. I'm a frilled lizard. Jerry is a polecat with a uh, eye scar, and we don't know what Kevin's going to be yet. He hasn't played, so I'm guessing he's going to be the bird. Is my guess, but I don't know. And so you just kind of running around this town or this world. There's a bunch of cities everywhere, and every time you move, if you are in a location, you can interact with a card of some sort. Like there's a job posting, and you go to a town. There's a job posting. You take it, and then it says, okay, well, now you have to go to this town, and you find the next part of the job. You wander around, but it has online all this fun little story about what's going on. And sometimes these quests are just inconsequential, like slice of life, like whatever. So 2 times ago we played, Jerry spent the whole game escorting this old historian turtle lady all over the countryside because she wanted to finally see the things she's been writing about. And
Okay.
and it was just he walking her up a hill. He had to like literally carry her up the hill because she couldn't get up and she was kind of sad. And he had the choice: do you want to try to carry her up the hill, or just say, "Oh well, you didn't do it," or try to take a picture, like draw a picture for her. So you have all these different stats, and you roll dice, and it has a very neat way that you determine your stats. It has a circle board, and there's like a strength stat, and there's a sneak stat, and a clever hand stat, and charisma, all these different things that you can do. But every time you do a skill check, you're going to roll 5 dice. And you can always roll 5 dice, and the basic dice are black dice that have one of each symbol on it.
Okay.
But the specific colored dice, so if it's a strength test, I can use my strength stat. And you might have 1 or 2 strength dice. And so those have double of like the strength symbol, and there's more of those, and they don't
Okay.
have other symbols on there. And then you can also use the skills to the right or left of it, because it's
Hmm.
like, there's like thematically it kind of makes sense that, if you're fighting something, being agile might help too, or like whatever.
Yeah.
And so those have a few extra of that other symbol on it. And so you chuck those dice, and then you go to the website, the story, or you can just download it, and you type in the number, and it tells you how many successes you need, and then it tells you what happens. And which we're going to talk about this when we get to Vantage later, but it's just all
Hmm.
in there, and you go through and you do these things, and you get renowned for what you do. And at the end of the story, oh, and I said, and sometimes it's like intense, heavy stuff. Like I played one game a long time ago where like I was suddenly, oh no, I'll use one that Jerry also did. A volcano was going off, and he had to decide, was he going to warn the town or just F off? And like he warned the town and saved a lot of people, but the town burned down. And we had to take
Oh.
a card out of the box, and now we have a new overlay where it's just like a smoking ruin. Like it's gone. And now as we play today, we're gonna find out like we're gonna start trying to rebuild the town. It will be like things
Okay.
like huge events. Meanwhile, he was doing that. I was convincing a politician to turn the gladiatorial fighting pit. It wasn't a slave fighting, but gladiatorial fighting pit into. I had freedom in my head. Turn that into either he wanted to turn it into a sports arena to make money, but the
Hmm.
people were like, "But the kids need somewhere to play. Like, won't somebody think about the children?" And so I convinced him to think about the children, and he made a playground. The very first thing that happened, he wasn't happy about it, but the people were happy. So we have
Yeah.
this playground, and I went to the playground to check it out. Kid gets lost, and my job is to find it. Nope. I biffed it. This kid is lost forever. No one knows where the child is. And then I went and did something else, and I got arrested. Like that's what I was doing while he was
Oh.
burning down towns. So you never know what you're going to get. And then at the end of every game, you have this little thing and you can play competitive or cooperative. We play cooperative, where you get to the end and it tallies up how much prestige or renown, whatever they call it, that you have. And then you have a choice. Do you want to throw a party or not? And you can throw a party, and you spend some of your coins, and then depending on how well you did, people will come in, and either they recognize you as a hero that you're becoming, or they're like, "Who's this guy? Thanks for the drink." And
Yeah.
it is delightful. And we play it over Zoom. It's great. I mean, you have to,
Oh.
all have a copy of the game, but if you all have a copy
Yeah.
of the game, it's great. It's a blast. So we're doing that this afternoon. And my wife is so great because I was going to take her to the airport because she's flying off for her job. And her job will pay for the lift, to
Yeah.
get her there. But usually I'll drive her. And I said, it's like, but Kevin and Jerry want to play a game. Is it okay if I play the game? She's like, no, you go play the game. I'll just take the lift.
Aw.
Right. So she's a keeper for that.
Yes,
But so
absolutely.
So that's what I got coming next. Now, I'm guessing you haven't played this one. So I know that Ryan was just talking about he just got a copy of it. Like this is the type of thing that if you guys could get a copy, I would totally do a Zoom game with all y'all. I can play up to four. Same thing
Uh-huh.
with Vantage. We're gonna talk about later. Just we could record it, whatever. Just a very fun, silly thing, and just the fact that I was getting arrested for playing a prank on somebody while he is trying to save people from a volcano. And you know how I got out of jail? I had to give away my parrot plushie. I had to give the
Oh,
guard my parrot
no.
plushie. But
Oh.
the guard was very happy to have the parrot plushie, and I'm out of jail. Like that's
Ooh.
so. Just the stories it creates are great. And you just imagine this little frilled lizard running around, trying to find a child with a parrot plushie in my hand. You know.
Yeah.
So Lands of Galzyr, it is just a delight. But maybe kind of the knock on it is there's no end. Like you just kind of play like Jerry has been playing his polecat with the scarred eye for
Yeah.
years. Finished there's a little bit of a story you can kind of follow through of your characters, but no, he just kind of roams around the world and does stuff. And he's the same guy, but there's no end. It just goes and your character keeps developing and the world keeps changing. Like obviously my world will never go back because that town has burned down. Like
Yeah.
it'll get rebuilt. So just really clever little world.
Huh.
Yeah, so Lands of Galzyr, everybody. It's just about to deliver. It's from its second Kickstarter with an expansion, which now is some new kind of critter, that a purple lizard thing that you can play now. So now I have to figure out, do I want to scrap my frilled lizard to play this new guy when he gets, so there's
Uh,
levels going on here.
decisions, decisions.
So what I'm saying is you guys should chase down a copy.
Okay. I have it written down here.
All right. Anyhow, so our topic today is the I put oh crap, I'm sorry, oh damn it moments you were talking about.
Yeah.
And so this was Scott's idea. He's like, well, let's not talk about this. I didn't fully understand what it was. Well, we're going to go with it. But then when I was playing games over the weekend, the discussion around retcons came up also. So I'm going to kind of put them together. This idea of like
Okay.
mistakes have happened to change. So let's start with the idea of the retcon of
Okay.
kind of when do you think it is okay for a retcon? Because I've discovered I have a very clear answer in my head of when it's okay to do a retcon and when it's not okay to do a retcon. And for everybody, we're talking about is like you finished your turn and it's moved on, and oh wait, can I just change that real quick? Like that's what we're talking
So
about.
so what you're saying is the Patrick rule.
Oh, I'm not familiar with this. What's the Patrick rule?
Oh, that's what he always does. He always plays a game, and then it's like, oh, wait, I forgot to do this. Do you mind if I take this back? And he's always doing every single game. But no, I think,
Well, you know
uh,
why. I mean, my mug here will explain why he does that. And it's
oh,
right here. It's because he's light of brain.
oh.
It's right here on the mug. All right. Anyhow, so good. So you deal with it all the time. So how do you feel about it? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I think the most of the time that we do deal with it though is when we're learning a game and playing a game for the first time. And whenever it comes up and it's like, oh wait, we misread the rule. It hasn't gone too far ahead. Let's go back and let's just take everything back and replay that whole turn there. And I think that works out well there for a game you're just learning. For a game that you know that you played for years and everything else, no, no. You play with what you were given, what you did. You made a mistake. Okay, now you need to show what kind of game player you are and make what is it? Make lemonade out of lemons you got in your hand there and make something positive out of it. I That used to drive me nuts. What was I still loved it. It was an old Warhammer 40K card game. And one guy I would play with all the time, he would buy cards on eBay, build his decks, and then he would be like, I'm a great player. I'm like, no, you're not. You are playing what someone else said to do. If you can play a game right out of the box and play well with that, then you're a good gamer because you're able to think on your feet and make something happen.
Yeah, so it sounds like we're actually agree for the most part because for me, if someone doesn't know the game,
Mhm,
I'm like yeah, I go back like even to the point to where it'll be a few turns later and someone's like, oh, I get that. I was if I did, oh, I
mhm,
understand. I'll be like, yeah, whatever. I'll just give them some resources. Like sure, like fine, or we can change it if we do. Or whenever there's just something new. So we were playing this weekend a game called DEI, which is Divide et Impera, Divide
mm,
and Conquer. It's this cool 4X game. No, not 4X, Troops on a Map game, where you are, it's just kind of post apocalyptic London. Everything is frozen everywhere, and you're sending your scrappers out to like find resources and stuff. And it's this very neat game, but it's an area control game without killing. Like you can never, there's like two effects in the entire game that will remove troops from the board.
mhm,
And so you're just moving them around and doing stuff. It's really interesting. I'm really starting to dig it. But I was playing, so two other two players had never played before, and to kind of I played twice solo, and so to kind of help out, I was playing a different faction from the expansion, so I didn't know how it worked.
mhm,
And so in that, like there was a moment where I finished my turn and someone's about to start. I was, wait. It would have been way smarter if I had used this thing, this ability that's brand new. I was like, if I went, left instead of right. Is that okay? And
mhm.
like, yeah, okay, whatever. However, we were playing another game a week or two ago, playing Wondrous Creatures, which I've played many times. And we're going through, and I made a mistake and moved on. And I was like, oh my God, I did this thing wrong. And the next person was like, whatever. She was like, no. I know this game. This is my fault.
Yeah,
We're going to move on. And so to me, that's where it is. If it's someone they're brand new, they don't know, yeah, we'll fix it because we want you to be successful.
yeah,
But I don't want to play in a game where it's we all know what we're doing. We're all going to make sure we do the optimum move every single. Like
mhm,
I don't have time for that. Like we're going to be here all day. Like just play, move on. And sometimes people get real butthurt about it. Like
mm,
you're at that table at that weird moment and we're just like, oh, can I take this back? And someone's like, no, and they get
yeah,
upset.
yeah,
It's always a weird moment. My all time favorite. And actually, this is another big game day for my buddy Matt is going to come down. We're going to play something tonight. But we were at a game day when Quacks of Quedlinburg came out. Now it's just called
okay.
Quacks, but it was Quedlinburg
Yeah.
back then. And a whole bunch of people wanted to play. Like it was a max player account game, and like someone else came down, sat down. Can we play? I was like, you know what, Matt, we'll just be a team, Matt, and let them play. So we were just sharing our bag. Like,
Yeah.
should I pull another one? I don't know. What do you think? Do it. Like whatever. And there was the guy had all the bits. It was a beautiful copy. He blinged it out, and he gave this brilliant explanation of the game. Like it was really
Mhm,
good. He explained everything. Sometimes even to the point where he'd say, "Okay, now this is a really important thing. I'm going to say this a couple times because, like, if you do this wrong, this bad thing, that kind of thing."
right.
And we're going through, and this woman, the first time sits down, and she was a little challenging, and challenging in the sense that she always had to win and be competitive and like would like that was part of her fun
Oh,
was like winning the game. So to each their own. Like it's fine. Like I don't always care.
mhm,
But going around and then she did the thing that he said like six times. Don't do this thing.
mhm.
And then she's like, well, but you never told me that. And he just the guy just went,
Oh.
yes, I did. Yeah, multiple times. And so, well, can I take it back? And he's like, nope.
Nope.
And me and Matt, we looked at each other and we are just like, oh, it was beautiful. I loved it. It was so good. And, she's a lovely person and I would play games with her again. I just made her sound very
Yeah.
bad. But it was so good. It was such a great moment. So, anyhow, retcon to me, yes, if you know the game, absolutely
Mhm.
not. Deal with it, move on. Or also when it's like I call it the BGA rule. Like you're playing something on BGA and it'll sometimes tell you if you do this, you cannot go back
Yeah,
anymore. Like
right.
if that's happened, then no, we're right out. Though
Yeah,
even then,
yeah.
like if it's something someone new, I'll do something. I'll be like, oh, could you take some more resources? It's.
Yeah, and I think that's a great way of doing it is if something messes up and it's an honest mistake or something like that. Yeah, if you know the game well enough, you can easily say, "Here, get rid of a couple of those resources, take one of this, not the maximum that you would have gotten if you made the move correctly, but just kind of something showing that you kind of knew what you were doing, but not completely so.
Yeah, and then there's always the kind of in the middle of it's like, "Oh, you just Scott, you forgot to your income phase, and we've moved on."
Yeah.
And so, and those are interesting to me because to me, if it's like if it's Patrick playing Twilight Imperium and he forgets something like that, tough
Mhm.
shit. You've played this game so many times. But if we played a few times, like, oh yeah, 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 just go grab your
Yeah,
income,
yeah,
like it
yeah.
doesn't affect anything. But it's like interesting dynamic of I really love it when you get to play a game enough to where it's like, okay, well, we're not doing
Mhm.
any of that. Like
Yeah.
lock in or don't, you know. But you didn't want to talk about retcons. You wanted to talk about your oh damn it moment. So tell us what the oh
Yes.
damn it moment is.
Well, damn it moments can be a couple different things here. One can be damn it as in like you're saying with the retcon that you did something and you're never going to be able to recover from it. And it's just like, damn it, I this game sucks. I hate everything about it. I don't like those kind of damn it moments. Damn it moments that I like to judge games on are the ones whenever it's like you're sitting there and you're playing a good game for this to say is Ticket to Ride. You're sitting there and you're like, okay, I need to get from New Orleans to New York. Okay, this is great. And then someone puts that one train route right in the middle of everything of what you had planned. Damn it. No, it's not game over. It's just now you have to pivot and try and figure it out
Now
another
I'll
way of
tell you,
doing it.
if you do that to my wife, it's life over.
Oh,
Yeah,
trust me, I
she loves Ticket to Ride, and it's so funny. Because my brother during the pandemic, Skippy, who you guys just
yeah,
talked to,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, during the pandemic, we played a decent amount of Ticket to Ride on the app.
Hmm.
And one time, he's like, "She's going." He could tell he's like, "She's going for this route.
Uh-huh.
I don't need this one train spot, but I'm going to take it." And it's a good thing it was locked down because there would have been a murder. Now, if you do that and it's because, you're taking a path also, she
Yeah,
she's fine with that. But,
right.
it's a different kind of oh damn it if you do that. It's like
Yeah.
I'm going to lock my door, oh damn it, you know.
Whenever I
But
first started playing, my brother-in-law loves the game too as well, and I would just go out of my way to just figure out where he's going and just mess with him constantly. But no, it's one of those things where the damn it moment I look as being like a positive thing because you're looking at it that, oh, I can't do it. But you still have alternate ways of making that happen, but you have to kind of open up your brain and figure out what's the best way to do it. You're not completely blown out of the game or anything like that at all. You still have options to do it and make it work. But I think that makes it enjoyable because it gives you that challenge whenever you're playing the game, and it makes you think in different ways that you normally wouldn't. Now, normally, I'm always doing damn it moments all the time because a lot of times I'm thinking, let's just make a good story out of this and play it. I know it's not going to be the one that's going to give me the most points, but why don't I go over here and do this instead? So it's just kind of a fun thing to just explore the game as well.
it's one of the things that I like the most about in games. It's reacting to moments of chaos. And
Mm.
I particularly that's one of my strengths as playing games. Like, oh, my big strength in life is playing games. But one of my strengths is I can react to a moment. It's also a strength of I tend to play fast because like,
Okay.
I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
But it's that moment something goes wrong or something doesn't go as you expect. Is okay. Well, now I got to react and do something different, which is at odds with. So I enjoy those moments, those oh damn it moments, which is at
Mhm.
odds with people who are like very much okay. I have planned this out in my brain. I have a perfect
Yeah.
plan, and now Scott came and took a dump on my track. How dare you? And then it's a different kind of reaction. Now, how about this kind of damn it moment of where you have to make that choice of I'm going to do this thing. It's going to hurt me here to maybe do something better. I think about a lot of area control games. Like again, we're just
Mhm.
playing DEI. I had those moments where I was like, I can't hold these two spots, and I have to give up one thing here, and that's really going to hurt to
Mhm.
maybe get something better here. How about that kind of moment? What do you think about those?
Those I personally, I don't like that kind of thing there. That's just the way I like to play games. But I can still see that that is a positive to the game playing experience because you have to think what is the best procedure to go through with to be to give you the best outcome. I mean, you have to play around with things and see what's going to be the best thing. You can't I mean, it's like the whole thing. You can't please everybody all the time. You can't win all the spaces you want all the time. You have to figure out what's going to be the best thing for you to do in to make capitalize on your gameplay that much better.
Yeah, there's I'll give you a second to kind of think about kinds of games that you like that really capitalize on these kinds of, damn it moments. But one I used to talk about it a lot, and I haven't played it recently, and I've actually already scheduled a local con we have coming up called DungeonCon.
Hmm.
I'm gonna run a game of it. It's a game that I really like called Theurgy. It is this,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, area control game,
Hmm.
and you're almost forgotten gods making your last push, to
Hmm.
be remembered. You're building these temples, but it does something that I think is so cool. Is it has built into it kind of a mitigation of those damn it moments that I'm talking about. How you have to maybe give something up here to get something later, because the win condition in that game is have X number of temples built, whatever
Hmm.
it is, and there's ways to get extra points and whatever, but X number of temples built, and you win instantly. And you can blow up people's temples. And it's always very satisfying. You take over someone's temple, so you literally can knock down their temple and you build your temple on top of it.
Yep.
It's very Jerusalem, but without the tragedy of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
real world. But what it does is when your temple is destroyed, it's still worth half a point. And so you can actually populate the board with your destroyed temples
Mm,
and kind of make that choice. It's gonna hurt me here to give this up. Damn it, that sucks. But now I'm
hmm.
gonna go over here and do something. And it also has the effect of what happens in a lot of area control games when is someone runs away with it at the beginning and then everyone comes on and beats them down.
Hmm.
It actually allows the player, it actually makes that a strategy to run away with it at the beginning, get beaten down because you can actually still recover. But it has that moment, and I really like that it's actually leveraging that second kind of damn it moment that I was just talking about into a
Yeah.
whole game. Now, I monologued for a little bit, so you could think about games that you think leverage the damn it moment really well, and now is your chance to tell us.
Well, one that I think works out well and this is one that always surprised me, is, Brass Lancashire. You'll have the cards and everything as to, like, what cities you can build in and everything, and then you realize, "Oh, that one there, it's gone, there's no way I can do it." And the number of times that I'll go through and I'll play it, and I'll look at the cards in my hand, and I'm like, "I just pieced that together." And that's get it and then you're just waiting for your turn to come, and then it's just like you've had this moment of clarity, and everything comes together, and it's something you normally wouldn't have seen, but since you were forced into this other way of looking at things, a whole new idea has come up to you then.
So, you guys really like brass, huh?
Oh my
I, I
gosh, yes.
I thought you guys were just on it because you're trying to angle yourself to get a brass Pittsburgh, but
Oh
that's
yeah, we're still trying to do that. Yeah, but no, we love brass. I mean, anytime we have a meetup and someone says, "Hey, we're going to play brass," I mean, me. I mean, I'm on it in a heartbeat.
still never played it. Just I just can't get excited about. I get excited, I guess, if you just beer in it. I can get excited about beer, I guess. But I just so all right. So Birmingham or Lancashire? Which one's
Lancashire,
no
Birmingham's the one
question?
with the beer. Lancashire's the one that doesn't have the beer. That's the one I like better.
Wow. So you're anti-beer. You heard it here first, everybody.
Uh-huh. Yep, yep. I have to put my foot down sometimes.
All right, everybody. So before we can talk about Vantage, we have to talk about the greatest thing in the history of the world that you can do
Oh,
for yourself
you're going to talk
and
about that now?
right now.
I've been excited about this.
You can become a Hungry Gamer channel member, everybody.
Shut up. Really?
Only 99 cents. You could be a
Oh my
channel
god.
member. Scott, you're thinking about doing it now, aren't you?
Absolutely. Once we're done talking here, boom. You got my 99 cents coming.
Yes. Also, thank you to Noble Knight Games for continuing to sponsor Hungry Gamer. Here's a commercial from them.
Here at Noble Knight Games, we've been carefully growing the world's largest selection of board games, role-playing games and dice, war games, miniatures and paints, card games, and more, going on 25 years now. Our rustic castle contains more game and hobby goodness than you can shake a stick at, complete with careful packaging and the finest customer service the land can provide. You can buy, sell, trade from anywhere in the world, just like nature intended. Noble Knight Games.
All right, so we are back and we are going to talk about a game that I've actually talked about a lot. So I'm not going to dig into it too much because you've heard me talk about this a lot. But that is Vantage from Stonemaier Games, which is
Ooh.
Scott is actually holding it up. He actually has it. And this is, I'm going to say, and I could be wrong, but I feel like this has been Stonemaier's biggest hit recently. Now, maybe numbers wise, it's FinSpan, maybe, I don't know. But this is the one that a lot of people were talking about when it came out, and it still gets talked about decently regularly. And this is very similar to the Lands of Galzyr that I mentioned earlier in playstyle, where you are traveling around this world and you're pulling up different cards, and it's your vantage, it's what you see. And you've all
Yeah.
crash landed on this planet, and you're, I guess, in radio contact. And so you can talk to each other, say, well, this is what I'm seeing. And uh, then you have a choice. What are you going to do on this vantage that you see? There's a creature in the distance. Well, I'm going to go try to talk to the creature, or I'm
Mhm.
going to try to attack the creature, or I'm going to try to climb this cliff over here. Whatever it is you're going to do, then you go to this rule book or the story book, or there's an app, and you find out what's happening, and then you're going to chuck some dice to try to succeed on whatever the thing is you're going to do. I shouldn't say try to succeed. You will always succeed at what you're
Mhm.
doing.
Yeah.
You will always advance the story. It's just what kind of consequences do you get hit with? And so you have morale, you have health, and you have time. Those are your three resources. And you roll these dice, and you have all these different cards you've been collecting in your tableau, and you try to take the dice and put them on your tableau. And if you can put them on your tableau, there's no penalty. You dealt with it. If you can't put them in the tableau, then you lose whatever that resource is. Pretty simple. And then next time it comes back to your turn, you can go somewhere else. Oh, the other thing I should mention is because you're in radio contact with each other, you're collecting these little tokens that can make jobs easier, and you can share those. So it's the idea is like Scott's, he comes out, well, more likely me, I'm like, oh my gosh, Scott, there's all this snow. What do I do? And he can say, look, put on a coat, idiot, and wear shoes. I'm like, this has gotten easier for me. But so he was able to tell me that over the radio. And sometimes you can take dice that other people roll and put them on your tableau.
Mhm.
And you'll have a certain job you've been given. It's random every time. It might be fix the spaceship and get off the planet. It might be become rich on the new planet. All kinds of things it might be. And you have a crazy story that you tell. And so I always tell this story that the first time I won, I crash landed. I was supposed to do something. I couldn't figure it out, but instead I led a mutiny on a flying pirate ship. I took that pirate ship, I turned it into a spaceship, and I rocketed off the planet with my new friends, the crystal crab and the dinosaur. And we all flew away together on our pirate ship. And that was my win. So that is Vantage. That's the overview of what it is. Scott, you finally experienced it. What do you think?
It's really kind of amazing. It's, I mean, you have a lot of games like, what is it? Tales of the Arthurian Knights. So you have this huge book with the choose your own adventure kind of thing there, but it's mostly just reading and moving your guy around on the board. I enjoyed the game. I really truly enjoyed the game. This one here with all the cards and all the artwork, this immerses you into it. I know whenever I sit down to play it, I haven't played it that often. I just recently got it, but whenever I'm playing it, I know I'm sitting down to do something epic. There's gonna be a story that comes out of this that's gonna be absolutely wonderful. I mean, I'm just looking one here. A flame-throwing insect seems to be taking directions from a sentient. The fire keeps you warm from the cold desert air to the east and south. So, do you want to approach them? Do you want to learn from them? Do you want to ask them a question? Do you want to assist them with the fire? Do you want to access something? Or do you want to attack them? You've got all these different things, and it's not just like you can do this or this. You've got 6 different choices to make. And I'm just looking here at some of the cards to build your tableau. There are 900 cards for that there, not mentioning the other 800 that make up your Vantage cards, plus the 6 books to go through. I mean, I've said this before, I can only what am I saying? I can't imagine this. I can't even imagine what the whiteboard looked like to, like, connect, "Okay, if this happens, it goes there. This happens, it goes there." I don't even I can't even fathom what that decision-making process would have been like whenever they're developing it, so
Yeah, it's an amazing amount of content in there. And it's interesting because there are times, and it's insane to me it's happened, but I've wound up on cards like I've been here before in later games. And even then, it's neat because it happened once to where I was like, oh, I can see that pirate ship. And I was like,
Mhm.
I could go take that, and then that would allow me to maybe do this other thing that I need to do. So it's neat that that's there, but there's so much stuff in the game.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point you're like, okay, I feel like I've seen almost everything there is to be seen, but I don't know. I've played 15, 20 sessions of it,
Yeah.
and I'm not even close to that. Like, how many times do we play a hobby board game that
Oh,
soapbox here? And I think this is
yeah.
the biggest bugaboo I have. We always, and I do it too, talk about the idea of replayability. I'm like, man, you're gonna
Yeah.
play this game 4 times and you're gonna go play something else. And so I always look at it as like, if we're gonna play this game 4 times, is that worth the money? That's how I try to think about it. But this one, like, you're gonna play it so many times before you feel like you've seen all of it. I just think it's a real triumph. And usually, especially when you're playing solo, it's pretty quick. I mean,
Mhm.
an hour, maybe 90
Right.
minutes when I play solo. When I do a 3-player game, I also play this with Kevin and Jerry on Zoom sometimes. So we do a 3-player game, and I think
Right.
that was maybe, an hour 40, tops. I have seen online people who've played, 6-player games and it's like 4 or 5 hours.
Wow.
I don't know how, but
Yeah.
sure. I don't, fully don't know how that can happen, but it's just this really easy, I think, to play game. Now, that said, it does have its challenges. One of them that I will say is I don't want to play it at more than 3 players
Yeah.
because of that downtime while you wait, and you're like, oh, Scott's explaining what he sees. Okay, that's kind of neat.
Mhm.
Okay, now Patrick's explaining. Now, that said, if you guys wanted to do a session, I'd play with you guys, but that's about
Mm.
it. Like, I don't want to play it more than 3 players. And the other thing, and it just struck somebody that I had recommended it to, who was very excited to play it, and it just bounced off it real hard. This game does not teach you the game when you read the rules. You are
Mm.
taught this
Yeah.
game by playing the game because there's stuff on there. You're like, what is this for? What is this
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
What is this little credit symbol? Like, why is it on the card? How do I spend money? I have no idea. And you have no idea. You just have to jump into the game. And the rule book, gives you the overview. And it even says in the rule book, like, this is not a hand holding rule book. Like, you have to be willing to just jump into this game and experience and be okay with the fact that you don't know how something works until suddenly you know. Like, there
Yeah.
is a pack of cards that are sealed in there. Have you opened that pack yet?
No, I have not. The spoiler pack.
Yep, the
Boom.
spoiler pack. And so I played 10, 12 games, maybe more, never opened the pack. Other people I know, like, yeah, I opened it the first game. And so just having, and you have to be okay with that you just not,
Mhm.
I don't know. And a friend of mine bounced off it really, really hard because of that. The other thing you have to
Mm.
be okay with is it is truly open world sandbox. And
Oh
you
god, yes.
just total wander around, and there is no purpose really. Because even the mission that you have, you can be like, I'm sure I'll find something else.
Yeah.
And you also have to be prepared that you don't really know what's going on, because in the sense that like it'll sometimes say there's a skeleton to the west. And so I remember I was playing once, and someone I was playing with was like, okay, I'm going to go find that skeleton. They kept going west. They never found that skeleton. It's never, and just trying to understand the world. So there's a lot of things that can be hard if you have to know what's going on, and you're not going to
Hmm.
get it in this game.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's maybe a challenge there. But what do you think?
Well, I think the other thing that's interesting is the 6 different characters you could play are very, very different. I played the doctor the one time, and I'm like, "Okay, this is kind of interesting here. I'm doing the exploring. I get bonuses for doing this." And then I played it again. I played as the Marine, and then it's just like, the Marine, you're just hoo-haing around all over the place and just fighting everything. And it's one of those things that it's interesting to play them to see where it takes you, because you don't know, I mean, what kind of decisions you're gonna make, what ones are gonna be positive for you, and, having that kind of force you into a certain way of playing, it's interesting because I like the idea of making you play a way that you normally wouldn't play, and it's gonna open up a whole new world for you that you never even would've realized.
And there's a thing that I think a lot of people miss when they play, because on your character card there is the ability to, I forget what it's called, equip. That's what it is, and you can immediately equip yourself with something, which
Mm,
is going to again kind of lead you down a certain path. Like, well, if
right.
I have a choice now, I have all this red mitigation, so I want to do this red or whatever it is.
Mhm.
And also a special shout out to Jamie Stegmaier for what he added for the community. And I think it came out of people were asking for it, or they just saw that Stegmaier did it for his own personal copy. You can add your pets into the game as a companion right away. And
Huh.
it's a Google slide, and it's easy to look at. And it says on there, it says, okay, it says, click on this little tab. And then once you clicked on that, go up to the top and say import or replace, put your
Yeah,
picture in, and then boop, then your animal is there. And then it says type down here the name, and then
yeah.
click here. What is the ability? Make it up. Whatever you want it to be,
Oh.
that's your ability. And then you can it has all the little pictures there of all the different colors of the activation. It can be
Yeah.
red or purple, whatever. And you can just drag it on there. And so I've made multiple that are just so and I need to make one for each of the different color characters, but I haven't done it so far. But I have one that kind of goes with each of the different characters. And so, I get Beatrice is in the game. And so, like on one of them, it is I can use the little boost that you get
Uh-huh.
and use the boost, travel to a new location for free. And if it looks like there's anything yummy to eat or a good place to sleep, get a benefit token. Like, like whatever you want it to be. And it is amazing. Like people just get to add, they just print it out and just put it in there. It's such a lovely little thing that you can do. So if you haven't done it, you should get a Patrick picture and have him be your pet and put him in the game. And don't tell him about it till you sit down to play. That would be amazing.
Okay, okay, I like that.
But it's just such a fun little bit of, I'm not going to call it fan service, but just a thing for the community. And it's
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
and also it makes the game a little bit easier because you're starting with another card, right away in
yeah,
your tableau.
and I think I was a little overwhelmed with the books and everything, and then someone highlighted me to the app, and, oh my god, the app is just brilliant.
Yep, it's a thing called Rules Pop. I actually have in my copy now I just printed out a QR code. So,
Oh, that's a great idea, yeah.
yep, so it's always right there. I can just boop, have it right there. Yeah, it's just a really clever the way it works. And so this was one of my game of the year nominees. It didn't wind up
Yeah,
being the winner, but just it's really really clever, and it's got so much stuff in it. And supposedly this is the complete game. Like
yeah.
he has said that he's not adding expansions to it. This is
Yeah.
what it is. He did put out an errata pack um, for some typos and stuff. So it's got some stickers that you can put into the rule book, cover those up,
Hmm.
and maybe 15 cards that you replace. But
Yeah.
just really, it's a very, very clever game that is not for everybody, because the
Yeah.
people that I've played that don't like it really don't like it. Like my one friend recently, he's lived down south, who got it. Like I felt so bad that I was like, "You're really gonna like this game," and I'm glad he's hundreds of miles away because I might be dead.
No, this is mine that I'm looking forward to. Like right now, I'm looking outside and it's snowing yet again. This is the one that I'm looking forward to on a Sunday afternoon when there's no football on anymore. It's snowing, it's cold. I'm inside, nice and warm. I can see the outside, and I have this set up on my table, and I'm just gonna sit there and go on an adventure. And it's just absolutely lovely.
Speaking of football, how'd the Steelers do?
Yeah, yeah. They did something. Um, yeah, that's just a kind of a sore subject right now for
Oh,
all
okay,
Steeler
okay, okay.
fans. So,
It's okay. I'm a Ravens fan, so
oh,
I had 1 week prior to you. I got to be sad.
oh,
It's all right. Maybe we'll
okay.
just trade coaches. It'll be fine.
No, no, no. Yours is already what in talks with Giants or something like that. I think.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, so now we now totally digress. I'll probably even just cut that out of
Yeah.
the episode. But so you're not ready to give your full review on it yet, but your first impressions. Give us your soundbite.
Oh my God. First impressions. This is a video game in a box. This is one that you can go anywhere you want to and make things up as you go, and somehow it works. I don't know how, but it does. And I am looking forward to probably weeks, if not months, worth of adventures in this box. And I can't wait to see where they take me.
And I'm going to recommend picking up the upgraded bits. At least the wooden bits. Those are
Yeah.
great. I got the coins too. The credits, which
Oh, yeah.
less necessary, but you know what? Don is a Stonemeyer champion. And so every
Okay.
now and then I'm like, "Hey Don, can I use your discount?" And it was funny. So I was like, just give me the coins, give me the bits. And I was at school teaching a lesson, and he was doing it, and he's texted me, but I was actually working for once, and so I didn't see it in the moment. And his question was like, "Oh, do you want the 3D, the double layer player boards too?" And the answer was no, I didn't, because I'm like, I don't need that. But I didn't get back to him quick enough, and so I got finally when I had a break, I looked at my phone and it said, "Do you want these things?" Yeah, you do. I got them for you. And and I'm really glad. I'm really glad that I have them. It's they're really nice. So
Yeah.
everything, really good production, all of that. Couple, you maybe got to get the upgrade pack, but really, really good. So anyhow, sorry, I
Mm.
guess I'm really done right now. So anyhow, we've just been battling back and forth for a little bit. It's almost time for me to start thinking about breakfast over here. So
Okay.
gonna it's a late breakfast, right? It's a late breakfast. But so I'm gonna leave you so I need you to leave us with this. What are your gaming words of wisdom?
Oh, gaming words of wisdom. Um, I think probably the biggest gaming words of wisdom, and this doesn't fit for everybody, is if you know you're not going to have a good time, don't play it. Don't put yourself through it because in the number of times that you go into a game, you don't like it, it's going to affect everyone else's enjoyment.
Yeah, that's actually one of the hardest things that for me at a table when, especially when I bring in a game or it's a review copy or something or a preview,
Hmm.
and people just aren't liking it. I'm just miserable. I feel like
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
ruined your life. Which begs the question: why do you keep playing Twilight Imperium with Patrick?
I don't.
Oh, I thought he still made you come play.
Oh no. He always like, oh, we're having Twilight Imperium Day. I'm sure you don't want to come. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah, he keeps trying to get me to fly across the country to do that, and I don't understand
Yeah,
what is wrong with that.
no, no. That it's almost as painful as Zoovitis, and that's a game that I hate with every ounce of my soul.
Wow,
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
big.
Oh
We'll have
yeah,
to.
yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Berkey and get you to host a game at Gen Con on one of their tables of Zuvadis. It'll be good. And then it's your job, so now you have to enjoy it, and you have to be smiling and having
I hate you,
fun.
Will. I really hate you.
And on that note, everybody, make sure you're checking out Level Up Board Game Podcast if you haven't. Link is down in the description. In fact, I'm recording with them for their show tomorrow, and you can
Yep.
even compare. So, as always, everybody, if you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, share, maybe become a channel member. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Say goodbye, Scott.
Bye, Scott. No, that's Captain America's shield. That's a Nick Fury needle gun and Wolverine claws back there.
It's been really cold here. It's been like 60, 55.
Tomorrow it's supposed to be 6 with the wind chill of -31.